Right, YouTube, welcome to this video. We'll start this episode here on this level bit of ground. This is actually an old military training area from World War I, I think, all the way through World War II. And I think this airfield to my right here, which is the Montrose airfield, was the first operational airfield, military airfield in the UK. So there's an interesting point. Today we're here because I've not been to this sort of location for a long time in a beekeeper video. This location here is the sea, but we can't actually see it yet because it's over the top of this sand dune here. So this piece of ground behind me here was ideal for training in the military. Because the way the land is around here, there's a lot of sand dunes, ups and downs in the terrain. And another cool thing over here, that's where the two old shooting ranges are. The old shooting ranges from World War I, I think, which I've featured in videos before. If you want to find them, you drive out of Montrose on the coastal route, and then when you get in line with the sewage works, you park there at that little road, and I've pretty much walked a straight line from the main road, so that's an easy way to find the shooting ranges there. And there's two of them. They're a cool little historical nugget, and there is a lot of that dotted around here on the coast because of its military history in the war. Anyway folks, here's something amazing. It's the edge of my land here, Scotland that is. And this is one of the nicest beaches, Montrose Beach. I'll probably have sand in my shoes by the time we get in here, but it'll be totally worth it. The tide's quite far in just now. I would say it's 3/4 of the way in. I used to come here a lot when I was walking the dog, but I literally probably haven't been here to this beach for maybe a year or more. Right, I'm going to go high speed down this last bit. That was crazy folks. I managed not to fall. I'll have sand in my shoes. So this beach goes on for miles from this way up here, which is Montrose up that direction. It's the Skerdiness Lighthouse and such items are up that way, and then down this way the beach goes on probably for about 1.5 miles, and then you come to St Cyrus, which is across a river. There's kind of an opening. We'll probably walk all the way down to there. So I love the character of some of those old pieces of driftwood there that's washed up. It's amazing how it rounds off the corners and makes the wood smooth. Often there could be some interesting little things washed up on a beach like this. Maybe even a whale or something like that. So this beach keeps going on for miles. When the tide's out, there's probably like 300 or 400 metres of white sand all the way out there, but today it's quite far in. Here's an old fridge freezer. Old fridge freezer there washed up. Yeah, so this beach is normally a lot bigger, like I say, when the tide's out. But even today there's still quite a lot. The worst time I ever walked up here was one time I came in the gate at the far end. The tide must have been coming in. By the time I got about halfway down here, the sea was coming right here. So I had to make a quick escape up the sand dune. So here's some big cement pieces up here, but I think they've probably been to break the sea to stop it eroding this, rather than, I don't think it's anti-invasion, because there's no easy way onto the land here. could potentially be other military artefacts like dragon's teeth which have been brought here from a different location on this military training area. Because there's another bit down the coast, we'll probably walk past it. There's just literally hundreds of dragon's teeth for like a mile up the river bank. And this looks just like them. If this is here to break the sea from eroding, I don't see why they wouldn't have put them all the way along here. I think these literally have been here at one time as dragon's teeth, because these ones are still in place. I think that's their original position there. Maybe at the end of the war stuff like that got moved. Maybe to reopen access roads and stuff which at one time they were blocking. It's cool to find little bits of history like that. We can ask the question, where were they originally? So I've just been thinking about the lie of the land here and the way it's eroded with the sea, and we can actually see when we look along this line of these anti-invasion bollards here, how they're all in line, but their foundations have all been washed out. So potentially these have all been sitting upright here the whole way along, and it would have been a rare sight in its day. A lot of them have got wire sticking out the bottom to help them anchor to the ground. Here's a different style, more common. Don't think that's a military tyre there. It's incredible the amount of these dragon's teeth here sticking out of the sand. You can see how they get the nickname of dragon's teeth, the way they're in the rows here. There's clearly hundreds of them here at this opening into the land, so to speak, from the sea. Another interesting thought here with these dragon's teeth, potentially the big cement ones were First World War, and then maybe at a later date, Second World War, those smaller ones were potentially added. Because this was actually a military airfield and training area, it would have been well protected, especially here where the sand dunes are lower. There clearly is hundreds of these things down here on the left. I think a lot of them probably have actually been buried by the sand. Other ones, the sand's been washed away. So that cliff that's directly in front of us at the horizon there is actually St Cyrus, and you can't access it on foot from here without going inland. So we'll go to St Cyrus Beach on another day, but there's no military defences over there on St Cyrus Beach, whereas here there's so many, and that's an indication as to the importance of this location in the war. I'm pretty sure it was the first operational military airbase in the UK. Anyway folks, we'll update you when it's something cool. These dragon's teeth are still here on the left hand side. Some of them here has been buried by the sand, but I can just see the corners of them sticking out. You can see how the wind erodes the sand there when it hits the side of the cement. Somebody's lost a boot. There it is. It's been washed ashore. It's maybe fallen off somebody's foot on an oil rig. probably done more miles in the sea than it ever did on somebody's foot. Right folks, we're nearing the end of this Montrose side of the beach here, and here's more of these dragon's teeth appearing out of the sand. Some of these are in good condition because I think they've actually been underneath the sand here, protected from the weather. So look how crisp these ones are. The shape of that compared to the ones we saw further down there. These two here could actually be in the original position. I think there's been a line of these things for a good mile up there. I think the tide's actually coming in just now rather than going out. The beach gets narrower and narrower the further up here we go. So we've made it up as far as this little cove here. We're turning the corner away from the Montrose side. Looks like that wood's been in there a long time. It's buried under the sand dune there. It's amazing as well the amount of pebbles underfoot now. And I think the reason probably is because the river's coming out there into the sea. And with rivers, it'll be washing the pebbles down from the land. This is quite a cool little bit here. So at the other side here, there's bird huts, and I think there's people in them probably with binoculars looking over this direction right now. Remains of an old deck chair washed up there, an old wooden one. I'll just continue around the side of this waterway and see what I can see. I'm probably scaring away all the rare birds there that the people are looking at out of the bird hut. There's so many birds around here. It's probably a haven for wildlife because the rivers meet in the sea here. It's like an estuary. I can't get through that bush. I'll have to go up this little bit here. So this is through coastal wilderness this week. In my last few videos I've been at the top of hills, stuff like that, so it's fine to get down near the sea. Today it's a shame there's a bit of a wind, but it's still good for exploring. I'll have to try and not get wet feet here folks, but a cool thing up ahead, I can see more of those anti-invasion bollards. I think I'll go round about that water instead of through it. This whole bit here is just marsh. There's so many little birds sitting out on the water. So I'm coming off all the main paths here just to document these bollards. And I just hope there's no wet holes here that my feet go into. I'll try and go around the outside of this spiky bush. The spikes on these bushes are like inches long. Savage. It's truly a wilderness when we look over here. What's this big cement piece here? This could be a single bollard sitting here. Yeah, so that's all it is there. I was wanting to find actually a row of them, and I'm sure there is one over here. Looks like there's been others walking through here. Maybe bird watchers or wildlife people. That bit there was super dodgy because the tide's quite far in. This is what I could see from way back there. One of these cement bollards. Here we are, folks. I'm one step away from getting wet feet. Because here is an estuary here, look. The bollard there is so near, but yet so far. I'm going to hit a cut right around here. There's a line here where it goes from being walkable to probably being knee deep, so I have to be really careful. That's the best type of explorers. We're on the edge of the possible place that anyone could walk. Looking at coastal defences. Just miles of vegetation here. That little estuary that I'm going around is just here. And the sea is just at the other side of that sand dune there. So there's another single one standing on its own here, which is quite a random area for it. It's thick vegetation here. There's actually a wee abandoned house over here. We could go and have a look at this wee abandoned house. So this old wooden structure here would have been at one time fishermen hanging their nets or doing something to do with fishing. And this little shed, I think it's connected with this little house we're about to go and see. But this is actually full of fishing nets. So somebody at one time would have earned their living with their fishing nets. Now they're probably dead. The roof's been blown off the shed. Everything's just been forgotten about. Because it's asbestos sheeting, nobody will be claiming it. The old metal door. Look at the size of that spider. I think that spider there shakes as a defensive mechanism when you go near it. Old metal roller door there. Doors like that, the boy might even salvage that from somewhere else and fitted it to the shed when he was putting it up. All these poles here would have been for hanging the nets. One day they'll rot and fall over. And this next little house where I want to see is actually an old fishing bothy, I think, where they would have come back with their catch and prepared it, and then the trucks would have come in, gotten loaded up with the fish, and then taken it away to the market or wherever they go with it. So out here in the yard of the old fishing bothy, we can still see the evidence of where they used to hang their fishing lines. This grass I'm walking through is literally above knee height, mossy grass. The noise I heard from the jet sounded like somebody breaking the sound barrier, which I don't think it would have been, because it's illegal above land, no unless they're intercepting a foreign plane. So this house is really spooky. It looks really eerie from this approach. Some say it could be haunted. So maybe at one time this is where they stored like equipment for fishing. Once again, asbestos roof, and it's expensive to get rid of these days. This has been the same sort of sliding door as that last building we saw over there. And once again, this looks like a later addition to the house, this bricks. This would have been the original outside wall. Wow. This place has been totally destroyed since the last time I was here. This is crazy. Windows and everything's just been totally destroyed. Wow. The roof and everything's off here. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy here, folks. Unreal. They've even made holes here in the floor above. All this plaster used to be in place. And I'm pretty sure more of this fireplace used to be in as well. Looks like people's been throwing all this stuff around, so history just gone like that in one night after standing for years. It's all fishing history that's gone now. Here's some old electrical wire of some sort. Probably that rope, whatever that rope is around it will probably be asbestos, I would think. Somebody's tent. Yeah, somebody's been in a madness here. This could have been where the toilet was originally for the fishermen, and then maybe there had been a sink here mounted. Pretty crazy. And then this dangerous stairway here with no banister. And there we go, they've smashed holes in the floor with these bricks. And this window here has been smashed open as well. That's a view back over to the estuary. These old roof trusses are still in good condition. So that was a cool little walkabout. This roof here is totally gone. Maybe the council won't mind that, or whoever owns this, because it's asbestos. If the youngsters come and smash it up, the council doesn't have to. Eventually places like this get burnt down. Just hope it doesn't spread and set the grass on fire around the estuary. Maybe in here the boys' truck. Whoever was working this fishery maybe parked their truck in here. And then potentially they would have been sorting the fish out here in this section of the building. This would have been the little workspace, and then they would have slid the boxes out here onto the back of the truck, or a barrow. And then another thing, I think this here is their loading bank, and the lorry would have reversed up to this bit here, and then they could have potentially driven up here with anything onto the back of the lorry. There we go. A spooky looking ruined abandoned house. Every year it's just getting worse and worse, it's a shame. All those dragon's teeth are at the far end, but when I saw this house I thought it would be cool to come and have a look. There's actually another, it's either a mortar area, it's like a cement circle with lookout holes, so it could either be a little pillbox or it could have been a little mortar pit not sure, but there is one of them over there, but there's just no much left of it, and it has featured in videos before. So we'll move on, see what else we can find. So this area behind me at Montrose was the site of one of the first radar locations in Scotland on this level piece of ground here. But now these buildings here are for clay pigeon shooting. That's what it's used for. Anyway folks, we'll end the video here. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.